I will start my reading practice from the book Effective Public Speaking by David, and here I am. His memory was extraordinarily retentive. My mind, he said, is like a piece of steel. Very hard to scratch anything on it, but almost impossible after you get it there to rub it out. Appealing to two of the senses was the method he used to do the scratching. Go thou and do likewise. The ideal thing would be not only to see and hear the thing to be remembered, but to touch it, to smell it and taste it, but above all else see it. We are visual minded. Eye impressions stick. We can often remember a man's face even though we cannot recall his name. The nerves that lead from the eye to the brain are 25 times as large as those leading from the ear to the brain. The Chinese have a proverb that says, one time seeing is worth 1,000 times hearing. Write down the name, the telephone number, the speech outline you want to remember. Look at it, close your eyes, visualize it in flaming letter of fire. How Mark Twain learned to speak without notes. The discovery of how to use his visual memory enabled Mark Twain to discard the notes that had hampered his speeches for years. Here is the story as he told it in Harper's Magazine. Dates are hard to remember because they consist of figures. Figures are monotonously unstriking in appearance and they don't take hold. They form no picture and so they give the eye no chance to take hold. Pictures can make dates stick, they can make nearly anything stick. Particularly if you make the picture yourself, indeed. That is the great point. Make the picture yourself. I know about this from experience. 30 years ago, I was delivering a memorized lecture every night, and every night I had to help myself with a page of notes to keep from getting myself mixed. The, the notes consisted of beginnings of sentences and were 11 in number, and they ran something like this. In that region, the weather at that time it was a custom, but in California one never heard. 11 of them. They initiated the brief of the lecture and protected me against skipping. But they all looked about alike on the page. They formed no picture. I had them by heart, but I could never with certainty remember the order of their succession. Therefore, I always had to keep those notes by me and look at them every little while. Once I misled them, you will not be able to imagine the terrors of that evening. I now saw that I must invent some other protection. So I get 10 of the initial letters by third in their proper order, I, A, B, and so on. And I went on the platform the next night with these marked in ink on my 10 fingers, nails. But it didn't answer. I kept track of the fingers for a while, then I lost it. And after that, I was never quite sure which finger I had used last. I couldn't lick off a letter after using it. For a while, that would have made success certain. It would also have provoked too much curiosity. There was curiosity enough without that. To the audience, I seemed more interested in my fingernails than I was in my subject. One or two persons asked afterward what was the matter with my hands. It was then that the idea of pictures occurred to me. Then my troubles passed away. In 2 minutes, I made 6 pictures with my pen, and then they did the work of the 11 catch sentences and did it perfectly. I threw the pictures away as soon as they were made, for I was sure I could shut my eyes and see them any tune. That was a quarter of a century ago. The lecture vanished out of my head more than 20 years ago. But I could rewrite it from the picture, for they remain. I had occasion to deliver a talk on memory. I wanted to use very largely the material in this chapter. I memorized the points by pictures. I visualized Roosevelt reading history while the crowds were yelling his bands playing outside his window. I saw Thomas Edison looking at a cherry tree. I pictured Lincoln reading a newspaper aloud. I imagined Mark Twain licking ink off his fingernails as he faced an audience. Thank you. That's it for the day.